are live right now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the house, a very warm good evening to all the people of the house who are present here, who are watching us onto this most idyllic, wonderful, and sterling platform. And I know that this is very, very delirious and this is very, very aesthetic as well because this is the last day of this particular event. We are very, very proud, we are very, very honored, and very, very privileged to host you on behalf of the entire lovely professional university to tell you about the event Vocal for Local. And today we have Mr. Deepak Himmat Singhka, who is the Vice President Business Upgrad, and he's a very wonderful personality. We have been talking from the past 5 minutes. He's a very charming personality as well, very
Thank
intellectual
you.
personality as well. You're going to know more about that in a very short period of time. But till then, if you think that the theme ease of being truly Indian is very, very wonderful. If you think that you are handsome, if you think that I am handsome, then kindly drop me one of these and one of these, just like Kung Fu Ninja, and be like, yo, Sahas, we're going to take some very good takeaways from this particular event. We are going to ask questions. We are going to be very, very interactive. And once again, thank you to Spasmodic organization for making this event possible. You people have been really very wonderful, and especially Niharika, who has been working really very hard on the backhand. Thank you so very much to Niharika and Spasmodic organization, one for Spasmodic organization as well. And a very good evening, sir, to you, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Deepak Himmat Singhka. A very good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, guys. Thank you, Sas. It's been a pleasure to be here. Along with the students, where you can share your ideas and discuss your new thought process from your end. I think in fact it's a platform where you actually get to learn from your all the fresh ideas from the universities. That's the real opportunity. More than you, I think it's an opportunity for us to learn something new.
Indeed, sir, most certainly. And so,
Yeah, Sas.
before we
Thank
start
you.
on with our conversation and before we start talking about the professional questions and about the future of India and all these questions as well, my first very simple question to everybody and anybody is that how has the lockdown precisely been for you? Has it been productive? Has it been non-productive? Because I've just published a book of myself, so it has been productive for me. But how has it been for you?
Oh, great. See, it's been amazing. See, you're getting an opportunity to work from home. We figured out an opportunity where you can actually gain the same productivity from the guys. In fact, the higher efficiency sitting at home. Before the lockdown, if there is a problem and you feel that I need to solve this problem, always say, yeah, let's book a flight tomorrow morning. Let's go solve that problem, have a lunch or a dinner, and then come back to your own city, sleep. That's how we used to think. And now we are solving literally every single problem remotely, right from an onboarding a guy in the system to training him to making him to the level that we really expect each and everyone to perform. That's something which is we have figured out a new way of a new normal, what people call, right? So we have reached a stage, I think, where we are in fact thinking that we might not even call our sales guys or teams back to office. When sitting at home, they're able to deliver this higher efficiency. If you look at our quarter 2, which is over the quarter 1. Quarter 1, when we ideally moved to work from home, we were figuring out challenges, how to work and how to tackle all the questions and the problems sitting at home, how you onboard people and do the training and everything. You look at quarter 2 for us. There was a 50% growth. At a every sales organization level, when your guys improve your efficiency by 50%, that's a huge margin and shows that yes, it can actually happen sitting at home in itself. And that's where we are. That gave us the confidence to in fact increase our team sizes beyond like 4x or 5x in just one quarter. I'm talking from a really sales perspective. That's how we talk.
Right, sir. Right. It seems
So
like
I
you're
think
quite
it has worked really well for us.
all right. So it seems like you're quite attached to the sales department.
No, no. So I think right? When you handle business, the only thing that you talk from morning till night is the business.
Right, sir. Right, right. Right, sir. So, what do you think if we talk about the future and if we are talking about the present as well? So, what do you think is the direction where e-commerce is going right now, and where will it reach in the future? Only and only because of the pandemic, right? In this phase of pandemic, what do you think is the direction of e-commerce?
See, what's happening now is people who used to go to stores to buy stuffs. They now started believing in an online marketplace as well. I mean, set of people who used to think, let's go to a store and buy a vegetable, are now ordering it from big baskets. I mean, store you used to go to stores to buy a clothes. I mean, now ML and AI is coming into picture, who's helping you, in fact, understand how you look after you try out these set of clothes, right? I mean, that's where we are moving towards. So, I mean, people will stop, reduce the number of people who are going to stores would reduce, and people who are doing online shopping will obviously improve. I mean, over a period of time, because see the generation who was believing that okay, a store pe jaake you get the right set of stuff. I mean, that is something which is changing to now you believe okay, I can get those things online as well. So I think that's where we are moving towards. To.
Right, sir. And so, do you think that due to this pandemic and due to this lockdown and this handicap of coronavirus that has happened throughout the world, the recruiters are giving less jobs as compared to the times that they're giving more jobs? Like, do you think that there's a shortage of jobs right now? There will be a shortage of jobs as well in the future, or will the situation improve?
I mean, not really. If you look at, yes, the initial phase of lockdown, it has impacted things because people were still not clear how the world will move and how things will happen maybe over a period of time. But I think as and when we're moving towards the normal, I mean, the current situation, I mean, everything is seems back to normal. I mean, when you go out in the streets, you see the same set of people outside with the same numbers. I mean, if you look at the companies also, I think everything is opening back and going back to normal. I mean, yes, the good thing is that from 18th of March 2020 to let's say 1st of November 2020, the difference is now we have figured out okay how you can handle things from home itself. I mean, that's something which has improved. I mean, cost wise, yes, it has. Efficiency wise, it has improved a lot. But
Right, so
yes,
wonderful. Right, so please.
yeah, go ahead. No, just
Right.
I covered my points. Yeah.
Indeed, sir. Do you think that it hasn't been very, very boring for you staying in your house? I mean, the entire day and working from your house. Hasn't it been boring for you? I mean, I think like when you meet people, when you meet your colleagues, your employees, then it would have been better. Do you think that like that?
Yes. Really, I mean, why I'm saying this is because the human touch which you used to have those things when you have that person in front of you, when you are in front of them. So the kind of interactions that you do outside the work has reduced. I mean, you only discuss work now because if you want to meet someone and to discuss something out, you just join a meeting, send an invite, join a meeting, have the discussion, and then leave the meeting. And that's what which is happening today. I mean, at this point of time, yes, that has impacted at this stage of life where we are. I mean, this is an era where social relations and the connects are more important than anything else is where we are missing out these factors. I mean, but still we are figuring out on how to solve this problem as well. I mean, you have those interactions and the sessions with your sales team or with a normal team with on a day-to-day basis apart from the outside work hours. I mean, that's something which is important to build that connect with the team. I mean, that's where we are that's what we are doing also at Upgrad, trying to have those interactions at a weekly level, maybe 1 hour interaction where you don't discuss about work and you discuss about everything else. So that's what we're doing.
Right, sir. And it has been really, very wonderful for a lot of people as well who want to get ready only in 5 minutes. Just wear a sweater, wear a shirt, and wear your boxes down there along with your slippers. No one notices your boxes. And that's the exact same thing that I've been doing. People have been enjoying it.
half of the time you'll see people sorry so half of the time you'll see people don't even switch on their cameras. You don't even know whether they're there on the other side of the camera or not. So there's a funny incident to share. I mean, I there's a training session which we're doing right as soon as the lockdown happened. So people used to be comfortable by selling face to face, meeting people and doing interactions. Now when you ask them to sell over the phone or have those interactions, you have to do the training, right? So we were doing the training, and when we figured out that some set of guys who switched off the cameras were actually sleeping. When we called them, they were not responding at all. It's like, man. So this happens. I mean, yes, those things we figure out the challenges, and we figured okay, people log in at 10 o'clock, they go back and they sleep at between 12 to 1, and they come back once again. I mean, those things we are just figuring out all those how to solve those things. So that's how lockdown has been for us.
Right. So actually, there's one more funny incident I must tell you about that. That the BBC reporter, he was saying inside his house, the anchor of the formal BBC channel, he was sitting inside his house wearing boxers, tie, shirt, and a blazer. And he thought like no one is noticing him, and he was chatting on his phone. And apparently, the camera just turned on. and he was live, and he didn't even know about that. And then that apparently shifted from one cameraman to the other. Yeah, but it has been quite weird for a lot of people as well.
No, but
Like,
it's okay, right? I mean that people understand that you're actually working from home. I mean, how does that matter if you're just attending a meeting and someone comes in? That's pre-assumed now, because you're just working from home. So those environments will still happen. I mean, you can't have an isolated mode of working when you're working from home. So that's
right,
there.
sir. Right, sir. Now, sir, talking about your company, would you please like to tell us something about your company, the company's mission and the vision as well, please?
So at Upgrad, see, the idea is, out of the people who complete their undergraduation, right? Only 20% of the around 20% of the people who go for higher education, and see how people see education is as a one-time thing, but they don't see it as a lifelong learning, which is important, right? I mean, you should learn every day, and which is what is missing in the education industry or outside right now. When once you complete undergraduation, you go into jobs and you feel, okay, this is what I wanted, I am happy about. But people really stop learning. I mean, they only learn what is being taught in the office hours or something of that sort, right? I mean, that's where the idea is coming from. We want India to learn more and more. We want those 20% numbers of people who are doing post graduation to move to 50% over a period of next 2 or 3 years is the goal that we have. We at Upgrad, what we do is we offer courses for data science, machine learning, MBA. I mean, if you look at MBA, we offer from an Indian MBA to a global MBA, from a PG diploma degree in data science or machine learning to master's degree. I mean, just imagine you're doing master sitting at home. I mean, not even going to college, you're doing a master's thesis sitting at home. I mean, that's what we are doing, and helping people do better in their career. I mean, see, the whole idea is, I just to give you a context how the Indian industry works. I mean, the professional industry works. So, I mean, based on the number of years of work ex that you have, I mean, multiplied by 1.5 or 2 will be your salary. I mean, if you're a 3 years of work ex guy, I mean, your salary will be somewhere around 5 lakhs plus minus 50,000. But what we do is, ideally, when you upskill yourself, and when you grow, right? I mean, when you gain more knowledge and you have a credential attached to it, that 1.5 or 2x becomes 4x and 5x, and that's what is validated with MBAs, right? I mean, when you look at MBA colleges, someone who's completed 2 years of uh, your working professional career, I mean, then you go and do an MBA, right? You come back at a 20 lakhs salary, so which is pretty much justifying the same number. I mean, going from a 1.5x, 2x multiple to 4x and 5x. I mean, that's where we are helping people gaining the knowledge, making sure they learn the concepts right, and we have a strong mentor and the support team and the student success team, which ensures that 90% of people complete the course as well from the point of starting, which gives them the advantage and edge over the others when they go for placements, when they go for appraisals, when they go for better career opportunities at better companies in the world. I think that's what we do, and that's the goal that we have.
Right, sir, most certainly.
Yeah.
And so there's a question that has been impeded inside my mind from quite a long time when even I was an MBA student. Now I've completed my MBA. I'm 22 years old and I'm pursuing my PhD in management, in marketing, in sales. So, so when I
Great.
was an MBA as well, I used to.
Send me your resume.
Sure, sure, sir. Indeed, I will. I will. I will. So I used to, frisk all these websites about what do companies precisely want from fresh MBAs. So what, according to you, companies want from fresh MBAs?
I mean, see, the only thing that we look when we hire people is whether they have the right attitude to learn or not. I mean, if you have that thing in place, you don't need anything else. But basically, what I also believe is, I mean, there are only two things you need in life to succeed, right? Which is, one is discipline, and second is the attitude to learn. I mean, when you have these two things in place, there's nothing which can stop you from being successful in life. So I think that's all we look at by having those discussions with anyone whom we hire, not necessarily an MBA, or be it a senior professional or somebody at an entry level as well. I mean, at both the levels. So that's what we do.
Right, sir, right. To all the people who are watching us right now, you have to drop us one of these on Facebook live chats. And please do record these things as well, because I'm pretty sure that a lot of people have a lot of many confusions inside their minds. They're like, oh, probably I ought to have better communication skills. Oh, probably I need to have more English commands. Oh, probably if I'm going for finance, that I should be very, very, very good for maths. And that's the same thing that happened with me. I completed my bachelor's in arts, I did my MBA, And when I started on with my MBA, so that was the same thing that I was facing, just like a lot many fresh MBAs in this world as well. And so discipline and a hunger to learn, I think the basic two things. Am I right, sir?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. I mean, this is all you need.
Right.
There's nothing else. I mean, if you want to learn, there are enough people in your hierarchy and your circle to who will help you learn all those things. I think that's all you need. I mean, when we hire people also here in any of the departments, right? The focus is purely on training. I mean, we will focus on training as much as possible. I mean, your when you initial periods, your 100% focus should be on training, and then 0% focus on doing anything else. As in
Right.
when you grow and when you learn all those things, slowly it reduces and you get trained everything. But still, there should always be a 30-40% of your part should always be focused only on learning. I mean, that's what you should do. I mean, just to give you a context from this front, I should talk to I interact with my batches on a weekly basis, right? So the only thing that a message from my end would be learn, try to learn one new thing every single day. I mean, when you do this, just imagine what you are today and imagine 1 year later down the line. I mean, you will be 365 units better than what you are today. I mean, that's what you should focus on in your life as well. I mean, anything, if that it's your passion, it's related to your work, anything else. I mean, just try to learn one new thing every single day.
Right, sir, quite right. And I think that a lot of people do miss these kinds of opportunities that they're getting into the lockdown period. I mean, I've been reading books, and I've been telling a lot of people as well that please do read books. Do not just spend your time watching Netflix and chilling out with your friends. Do read books, do new things that probably will help you to grow and will help you to make the world comprehend as well inside your mind. Wonderful, sir. So, yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, go ahead.
Right, sir. So, do you have any special mantras that you have figured out throughout your journey of being such a professional, a successful professional as well? What are those personal tips and tricks that you have figured out?
I mean, see, along with discipline and the attitude to learn, you need to be really passionate about what you're doing. I mean, if you don't have the passion in what you're doing, I mean, it'll become more like a task for you. But when you are passionate about doing something, for me in edtech industry, my goal is to be one of the successful leaders in the industry, right? So I just work for that passion to be one of those names in the years to come. I mean, that's something which you all need. I mean, in any of the fields. I mean, be it music or arts or your education or sports, anything. I mean, you should be passionate about what you're doing. I mean, when these three things are there, you are successful for sure.
Right, sir, indeed. And so, do you think that these tips and tricks have worked out for other people as well?
100%. I mean, when I look at the set of people with whom I've worked, right, in the last 4 or 5 years, I see them growing faster than me, in fact,
All
because
right.
my experience I'm passing on to them, they are using their own experiences, their own learnings. I mean, when you combine all these things, you obviously get a better output from the same. I mean, because I spent in learning something 6 months, maybe now I know the right way of doing it. I should be passing on to the team so that they start on that path itself on day one. I mean, that's all the whole learning is all about. That's all the experience is all about.
Right, sir. Right, sir. And so, as being a professional, as being a successful professional, once again, as being the vice president of such a famous company and a successful company and a brand, once again, say that perhaps. So, what is your biggest fear in your professional career?
A quick tough question, I think, for me. But I would say that the moment I go beyond my disciplinary boundaries, I mean, that's something which is the fear for me. I mean, when you have the discipline intact for yourself and for the team, I mean, nothing else can tear you apart from what you're doing.
Right, sir.
So you
Right.
need to maintain that discipline in place, be it
Right.
from inputs to achieving what you really wanted to achieve.
Right, sir. So there are some very terrestrial and very basic qualities that an MBA should have and will have after completing his MBA. But everyone is not perfect in all kinds of qualities, right? So I can't hear you. Mute.
Yeah, it's perfect
Hello.
now. It's
Perfect,
coming
right.
clear.
So an MBA can't have all sorts of qualities like I'm not good in maths, or probably the other person might not be good with communication skills. So how can people, better these qualities? How can they upgrade their qualities into such in livings?
I mean, work on it. I mean, the only way to improve yourself is by working on yourself, right? I mean, every day you need to grow. That's what I said, right? Every day you need to learn something new. So you evaluate where you stand today and what you really need to do to improve yourself, and that's all you need to be successful in your career.
Right, sir. Right, sir. And so, how do you deal with competition of the other companies as well?
I mean, the only way you deal with competition is you
Right.
be more proactive than them. Be more proactive than them. I mean, so I'm talking from a sales perspective. I would say that, let's say somebody who wants to do an MBA, right? He will drop in a lead to you and to the competitors as well. I mean, see, the person who calls first, right, creates the first base. So all other calls or all other interactions with any of the competitors will become a comparison. So the moment you reach out to them first sets the right base. When you know that your products are superior than others, I mean, there's nothing else which is left out to be better than any of the competition in the market.
Right. So what all you want to say over here in a nutshell is that be better than your competitors, then probably you
Be
won't
better
worry.
and be proactive. I mean, be more proactive and be better than your competition. I mean, when you know that your product is superior, the only thing that you need to do is to be proactive than anyone else.
Wonderful, sir. And so one more question has popped up on my laptop screen. And the question is, what's the best advice you'd love to give to aspiring entrepreneurs?
Just be focused and be patient enough on what you're doing. I mean, see what people do is, and why I'm saying this is because I also did these kind of mistakes. Be patient enough in your life. I mean, if you have a plan A, yes, you should have the plan B in place, but does not mean that you do plan A in the week one and then you start trying out plan B in the second week. I mean, hold on, give yourself some time. Let's see how it works out. If it does not work out, you obviously have a plan B in place. But then, I mean, give yourself some time. I mean, there's no need to rush in your life. I mean, from a from a from a age point of view, just to give you an understanding, see, the time you complete your graduation, you're 22, 23, and you're going to work till the age of 65 years. I mean, that's a 45 years of working career. I mean, 1 month here and there will not make any difference to your career. Hang on, have patience, things will work.
Right, sir. And probably people work, some people I've seen, the entrepreneurs, they work more than that as well, like more than 65 years, if they are fair enough to work.
100%,
Right.
100%,
Yes.
100%. So,
And so now that
yeah,
we are landing into the latter of this very wonderful and very simple session, I should say, because I've seen the takeaways that you're giving us right now, the takeaways that I have taken from this very confabulation that we are having is that just go with the basics, right? Do not try to be very, very superficial or do not try to achieve this or that. Just go with the basics, have a very strong base because ultimately the pyramid will fall on the base. So if you have a very strong base, then automatically you'll just go higher and higher.
100%, 100%. I mean, that's what I did. I am talking from my experience. This is how I started, and this was my career path. I mean, I made sure that my basics are right, and I keep learning every single day. I mean, that's the whole agenda and the motive that I follow.
Right, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, you too also please learn every day and be a very good listener, be a very good reader. And sir, now that we have finally landed into the latter, would you please like to give a final message for all the students, for the organization Spasmodic, for giving me this particular opportunity to talk to such a wonderful and handsome personality like you?
I think I'll summarize what I spoke, all
Sure.
the things that till now. I mean, one thing is be patient, be disciplined enough in your life, stick to your basics, and work hard. I mean, be it studies or be it your professional career, things will fall in place. And have that patience because you have a long career ahead in front of you. You don't need to be rushing into things. Maybe 1 year, this year, you're not able to go. Let's say somebody, I'm talking about, let's say from a undergrad perspective also. Let's say you did not do well in CAT. This it's okay. I mean, there's no need to compromise on that front. Give yourself some more time. Let's try it out. Next year, you might come back even stronger. I mean, it's okay. So that's all I want to convey from my end to each and everyone out here.
Right, sir. And so, please, we'll just like to say a few lines for the organization as well because they have been working really, very hard. I mean, I've been getting calls at around 2 a.m. in the morning that please would like
I
to
mean,
do this.
it's
Yeah, please.
I mean, it's great. I mean, I remember my first conversation with Niharika, and then she was following up with me on a regular basis. Sir, why don't you come join? I mean, I know it was a delay from my end, Niharika, so sorry for that. But then, yes, she ensured that, and as an organization, she makes sure that the right set of people are coming onto the platform and the kind of personalities and the experience that we share, and then obviously it helps you each one of the student out there. I mean, that's a great initiative. We should continue with that. I mean, we should have this initiative to be replicated everywhere in that's how it should be. I mean, that's all from my end.
Thank you so very much, sir. You have been really very wonderful, really very kind, and I really hope that you inspire more people like you have inspired me right now. You motivate more people like you have motivated me right now.
Thank you.
And we are looking forward to having you into our university as soon as everything gets ironed out fairly well.
Sure, sure.
Right, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, now
Even I'm waiting for to come out of my home. Even I'm waiting to come out of my home.
right, sir. Even we are waiting for you to have to into our university, and I think that
So,
we'll have.
just to give you an understanding, before the lockdown, right, I used to travel almost 3 to 4 days a week
Okay.
to multiple cities because the multiple geographies I was handling. It was like Monday morning on this location, Monday night on this location, then Tuesday another location. But now all that is this chair is the location from Monday to Sunday.
The new normal.
Yeah,
Ladies and, gen-
yeah, yeah. New normal, exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much to all the people who have been watching us. You all have been really, very kind, really, very wonderful, very, very sterling and aficionados of the upcoming beacons of our future. With today, now we are closing this particular event as well. It is called as the Vocal for Local, as done by Spasmodic Organization. It was a very wonderful event with very wonderful speakers and inspiring personalities as well, who have been successful only and only because of their hard work, of their experience, and only because of the dedication towards their work and towards their passion. And just to make an olive branch over here, to extend an olive branch over here, and to extend my gratification towards the organization is starting a new project which we'll be discussing about as well in a very short period of time in the upcoming future. And this project will be a very wonderful project. You all can also participate in that particular project, and trust me, that'll be very, very delirious and very, very intellectual as well. And once again, I would like to thank Spasmodic Organization, Madam Niharika, and Mr. Deepak Himmat Singhka for being such a wonderful, humble, and a sweet personality. Thank you so very much, sir. It was really very kind of you
Thank you, sir.
for for
Thank
sparing your
you.
personal time.
All the best, guys. I mean, you guys are doing a wonderful job, so please continue doing well.
Indeed, sir.
Thank you.
Most certainly. Good evening, sir. Bye.
Good evening. Bye bye.
Bye, sir.
Thank you.
Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, we had a very wonderful personality, and his name was Mr. Deepak Himmat Singhka, who was a Vice President, Business Upgrad. So kindly drop us one of these, kindly drop us one of these for Spasmodic Organization for letting me host this particular event. You all have been wonderful, and thank you so very much. The vocal for local has finally come to an end. The theme was Ease of Being Truly Indian. Good evening. Take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones. And one day, I am pretty sure that we will throw our masks into the air and we'll say that we have finally taken care of the coronavirus. But till then, just be safe and secure and love your loved ones. Good evening. Bye bye.